Capital Views is sponsored by Northrim Bank, Alaska Oil and Gas Association, ConocoPhillips, and Linden.
Hi, I'm Tim Bradner with Alaska Legislative Digest, and welcome to Capitol Views. And a special welcome today to Commissioner of Labor and Workforce Development, Cathy Muñoz. Thanks for joining us, Commissioner.
Hi, Tim. It's nice to be with you today.
Uh, Workforce training and availability is on the top of almost everybody's mind these days. And I know the state labor department, you're deeply involved in this. And maybe you could touch on some of the things that you've got going this spring.
Sure. Well, first of all, the job numbers, recent projections are looking very favorable for Alaska. I mean, coming out of the pandemic, we're at pretty much where we were pre-pandemic with most of our job categories. But we're seeing a lot of growth in the construction area and the healthcare area. So we have been focusing our efforts to skill up Alaskans to meet the demand for these high demand areas in construction and healthcare. In particular, regarding the certification of electricians and plumbers, we have at the Department of Labor, we certify through what's called a certificate of fitness eligible electricians and plumbers for work in Alaska. We are working to expand our reciprocity with other states. Currently, Alaska has a reciprocal arrangement agreement with 13 states for certification of electricians. We're looking to expand that to approximately 40 states. And we're doing that through a regulatory change that will allow us to recognize states that have similar licensure requirements as Alaska. And so that obviously will be a very positive step forward and will allow trained personnel to come to Alaska and get to work right away. Also last year, the legislature passed a bill that allows for provisional licensure for electricians and plumbers. And so we're doing it through a regulatory package, we're implementing that provision as well. That will allow individuals to come to work in Alaska provisionally for 1 year while they go through a certificate of fitness process in Alaska. So that's also very positive, Tim.
Does this work the other way too? Alaskans, I'm looking forward. We have peaks and valleys in our workforce demands up here, and if come a day when the job demand slacks up here, Alaskans will be able to go to work in other states.
We do have in place currently reciprocal arrangements with 13 states. It would require other states to do what we're doing to establish the opportunity to accept a license from another state through their regulatory and through their legal processes.
I see. Is there a possibility that would there be other trades that could be we could do reciprocity with, not just plumbers and electricians?
Absolutely. And I know the Department of Commerce has done a lot of work in this area, and Governor Dunleavy is very supportive of increasing reciprocity. Our focus is on the skilled trades in the electrical and plumbing areas, because those are the occupations that the Department of Labor certifies.
Also, those are high demand areas also, right? Particularly right.
Correct. But that we have regulatory oversight of those particular fields in under the Department of Labor.
Well, Commissioner, you mentioned AvTech. Can AvTech be expanded, or what would AvTech's role in this be? AvTech, of course, is the vocational training center in Seward.
Yes, the Alaska Vocational Technical Center in Seward has a very robust training program in electrical and plumbing, and we have a budget proposal in this upcoming that will be considered during the upcoming legislature to expand our electrical and plumbing programs at AvTech by hiring an additional additional instructors, and also purchasing the technical equipment, the electrical boards and so on to make expansion possible.
Has AvTech been able to, there's such the technology in these industries is changing so quickly. Has AvTech been able to, and other training centers, have they been able to keep up with the technology changes in terms of
Yes.
instructional?
Yeah, and we work, Tim, very closely with the training providers around the state. AvTech in Alaska, we're required, a trainee is required to go through a registered apprenticeship for electrical and plumbing training. We have an agreement with many of the training providers to have a 1-year training component at AvTech that will count toward that registered apprenticeship. It takes 8,000 hours of training to become certified in the electrical and plumbing trades in Alaska. We have, if an individual completes that training, that 9-year training program at AvTech, that counts toward 1 year of that certification, that training process.
Commissioner, just to refresh us, again, touching on AvTech, is AvTech supported by the tuitions paid by students, or is it state general fund, or how is AvTech?
The students pay tuition, but we also have a general fund support for AvTech, to supplement to provide robust training and to pay for the operations of AvTech. Our tuition rates are very competitive. I think one of the best buys for training investment in the state. And we're very proud of the graduates that come out of AvTech. They are in high demand. They go to work right away. Many of our graduates have jobs even before graduation.
And I know AvTech has been pretty active in doing marine training to support coastal communities too. It's just not North Slope related work.
Correct.
So,
We have a very good marine training program. We have a partnership with the University of Alaska, the Maritime Education Consortium, which is a consortium between the University, AvTech, and the Alaska Safety Alliance that provides a wide range of certifications and trainings, Coast Guard certified trainings. And also the partnership, the consortium, is recognized as one of the best maritime training programs in the country, recently recognized by the U.S. Department of Transportation as a maritime center for training excellence.
well, that's very encouraging. And considering the all the help that our seafood industry is going to need, it's going to be important for them to have skilled workers and
Yes.
people who want to work in the industry. Well, Commissioner, thank you for joining us. It's been interesting, and hopefully we can talk more, resume this conversation soon.
Thank you, Tim. Very nice to see you. Thank
Well,
you.
thanks for joining us. So I'm Tim Bradner with Legislative Digest Out, and thanking again Commissioner Cathy Muñoz. Thank you.